Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually on the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research time for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another introduction / review for you of a fragrance that is super underrated. It's very good for this time of year, which is summer. This is in line with other videos I've been making for the last few weeks, and that is fresh summer, and this one is no exception. It's very good for this time of year. It's very fresh, it's very refreshing, and it's very affordable, very reasonable. The only thing is not easy to find, especially in United Kingdom. In United States is more available for obvious reason, because this brand is called Vicky Tiel. Vicky Tiel is designer brand from United States. They've been around since 1960s, but they ventured to perfumes since 1990s, and they don't have an extensive lineup in their portfolio in terms of perfumes. In terms of fragrances, they have few, I think around maybe 14 to 15 fragrances altogether. And this one is from their men's line and is called Achille. So Achille Eau de Toilette 100 ml by Vicky Tiel. And as you can see, the bottle is very attractive. It's quite a heavy bottle and it's quite thick. And it's got this Greek mythology, or like a Greek mosaic design to it. Very attractive on the eyes, quite nice. Overall, it's quite simple, but I like it. It's very nice, especially that Greek mythology design to it. It's very attractive on the eye. The juice itself is a light blue or turquoise color. This one came out in 2014, so it's not very, it's not recent, but it's not very old either. In terms of performance, is good, moderate to good. On my skin goes up to 6 hours, on t-shirt goes up to 7 to 8 hours, so it is not bad. In terms of longevity, actually it's quite good, especially for eau de toilette, especially for a fresh fragrance, and especially for the price. But it doesn't jump off too much off the skin, and that's give people the illusion that this one doesn't perform. The performance is moderate to good, as I said. It goes up to 6 hours on my skin, on up to 8 hours on t-shirt. But in terms of projection, I get an arm length of projection for around an hour or so, and after that it will subside and it becomes a small bubble, a small cloud, and a small trail. But if somebody comes to your space, they will smell it, or come close to you, or if you move around, people smell you as well. I usually go 10 sprays of it, and that's how much it will last on me. But if you want to go outside and people smell you from the other side of the road, you need to go much more than that. It just it doesn't have the strength to give you. Look at the sprayer. The spray is quite nice actually. So in terms of performance, as I said, moderate to good, especially for a fresh fragrance, especially for the price, and especially for eau de toilette. Wow, it's very refreshing, super bright. Anyway, so in terms of age, this is ageless. From 15 to 150, anybody can wear it. In terms of gender, same thing. Although it's quite masculine, but if you like this kind of fragrances and you're a lady, it doesn't mean anything. You can easily wear it. In terms of occasion, this is a Swiss Army knife. You can dress it up, dress it down, daytime, nighttime, special occasion, casual. Anything you want. Is very versatile. In terms of season, better suited for warmer weather, which is at the moment in the middle of summer. Maybe you can get away with it in autumn and in the spring, but not really in winter. So let's go for a smell. First thing first, there's a perfumer for it, which is not very, it's not an A-lister, but it's quite well known in the community. But that is Gino Percontino. Gino Percontino put this one together, and when you smell it, you can tell that there's a thought behind it. There's construction behind it. There is somebody with experience done this fragrance. So what do we get? We get cedar, grapefruit, coriander, vetiver, amber, cardamom, ginger, martini, moss, orange blossom, tobacco leaf, and vanilla. There are some notes in here that I get quite distinctly. There are some notes that I almost don't get at all. Okay, so for example, I don't get tobacco leaf at all in here. Maybe a little bit of herbal feel to it, but there's no tobacco to my nose. Martini, to some extent, I get a little bit of boozy feel to it. Hint of it, not too much. Again, just a hint of booziness overall, especially in the beginning, maybe around 15-20 minutes. But overall, this is not a boozy fragrance. Grapefruit, yes, I get. It opens up with a massive dose of grapefruit plus lemon plus a bergamot. So these three together, maybe even a hint of lime in here. So it's very, very citrusy. It opens up super citrus, super bright, super happy, very inviting, very captivating, very refreshing, especially for the summer. Okay, so that's beautiful. It opens up very, very bright and happy. But those citruses don't last that long, maybe around 20 minutes or so, and then slowly they just disappear. And then when you what you end up with mostly is the woods, which is in here is a combination of cedar and sandalwood, which again very clean, very non-offensive in here, and quite a supportive role basically in the base overall. And quite floral as well. Orange blossom, yes, to some extent I'm getting a little bit of tuberose and also a little bit of lily of the valley. So overall it's a white floral dominant in the mid. It's very white floral, it's quite soft in the mid, and it's about powderiness coming from that lily of the valley and the tuberose together, giving a hint of chokiness, hint of that powderiness, but overall quite white floral dominant. The base got vanilla, and that vanilla giving it sweetness and also a hint of fruitiness coming from, I'm not sure what, but there is a fruity aspect to it overall, especially the first half of life of this fragrance, quite fruity. The fruits in here a little bit on the tropical side. I smell something like pear, maybe a little bit of peach, but again they're not too big. Everything done here in moderation and in good balance in work in here, so they don't jump off too much, but if you dig your nose to it you can feel them. Ginger, I get a hint of ginger in the beginning, not much, just a hint. Cardamom, to be honest with you, I don't get that much. It's a hint of spiciness to it, but it's more like cinnamon nutmeg combination to me rather than cardamom. But it's got a hint of spiciness overall, to giving it nuances, to giving it facets. But overall, this is not, again, it's not a spicy fragrance by all means. It's mainly fresh fragrance. So this is very fresh. What I get, which is not mentioned in note breakdown, is a watery aspect. So it's quite watery, it's quite aquatic, but there's no saltiness in here. So it's watery, it's aquatic. I smell something like bamboo, maybe something like a tea note in here, which is again not mentioned in note breakdown. So it's quite tea notey, bamboo-y, maybe water lily, something like that, to giving it that watery feel. And also those white florals together, giving it that feel of white floral, very, very fresh, quite choky, quite dusty, quite powdery. So overall, and the vetiver in the base giving it a little bit hint of grassiness and greenness as well. So a little bit on the grassy, a little bit on, a little bit grassy, a little bit herbal, especially that coriander giving a herbal feel, and also a little bit of basil in here. A little bit of basil, a little bit, as I said, nothing jumps off in here, nothing is out of place. So everything working together very well. But it's very difficult to say, oh, I smell this distinctly. It's just the amalgamation of the notes are done in a way. The mixture, the blend is done in a way is very hard to pick up notes. But if you train nose or you have experience, you can smell them if you dig your nose to it. So Overall, it's quite ambery as well. The amber in here is very fluffy, is very fresh, is very refreshing, is very bright. It's not a deep, dense amber, and a hint of spiciness, as I said, but not too much. The beginning is very, very bright with those massive citruses. The sweetness comes from vanilla mainly, from 0 to 10, 10 being the sweetest, is around 6 to 7. So it's moderate to good in terms of sweetness, but it's too much. In the beginning, when it opens up, it got a hint of bubble gumminess, but not too much again. Just for the first 10 minutes or so, you feel like something like a bubble gum, but it doesn't come full front, it doesn't take over. Some people compare this to Invictus Aqua. Maybe yes, to some extent, but it's not inspired by it. It's not a copy of it, because Invictus Aqua came out many years after this. This came out 2014. Invictus Aqua came 2015-16 or something like that. So it's not inspired by it, obviously, because Invictus Aqua came after it. But it's got a similar genre, similar perfumery, similar perfume DNA in here. When you smell it, yeah, it takes you to some extent to that direction, but overall is not a copy or one-to-one or inspired by it. So overall, very nice, fresh, bright, happy fragrance, with massive citrus in the beginning. Later on, white florals comes up, and also quite watery. And in the base, you got those woody aspects, and the vanilla and the vetiver, giving it a little grassy green feel to it. Overall, it's quite herbal from the coriander and basil in here, and also a hint of bamboo, tea notes, and also a little bit of that water lily as well, to give it a little bit watery feel to overall. But it's not oceanic, it's not so sea salty. So this is the story of this fragrance. I very much enjoyed it. It's not a very complicated scent, it's quite on the simple side, but for the warm weather, you don't want a complicated fragrance. You don't want to be too overly complicated, and you want something easygoing, and it's very, very easygoing. So it's very easygoing, it's very fresh, it's very happy, it's very bright, and is very, very good for this time of year, which is good for summer. Okay guys, I highly recommend it if you find it for a good price. As I said, in the United Kingdom it's quite hard to find. In the United States is much more readily available. Usually goes under $30 or so, and for that price, this is a very, very good fragrance. I highly recommend it. So guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, you motivate me to bring you fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they are hidden gems, and this one is definitely a hidden gem. If you want to purchase one of my own perfumes, I'm a perfumer myself. I make my own line of perfumes. I'm the artist, I'm the worker, I'm the perfumer. It's all me, nobody else is involved. So there are true handmade perfumes just for you lucky people in the United Kingdom. They are out of this world, super artistic, all to be smooth, very mysterious, very unique, very artistic, and they are very, very strong and long lasting, and highest quality ingredients for the price you are paying. You don't know what you're missing. They are superbly beautiful and unique. Nobody else can do anything like them apart from me. You can only buy them from me, and they are you can only buy them if you live in the United Kingdom. I leave them in the link. If you want to invite me to a coffee, you could do that as well. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye bye bye.